Hello, YouTube. All right, the day is nearing its end for me, and I wanted to do a video for you guys where we talk specifically about the differences between survivalists and preppers. Okay, because I think it's important to know where you are. And I'm going to follow this video with two separate videos, one specifically for survivalists and one specifically for preppers. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's like, where are you right now? What do you need to be focusing on right now, specific to each of those groups? Okay. But let's get into it. Let's break down the differences between the two. All right. So, survivalists are generally younger people that believe in being prepared, and they probably know or sense that things are not going well, and that, especially these days in this country, and they want to make sure that they can survive. They know maybe they're living in the city. They know they're going to have to bail to feed themselves if the logistics of modern society take shit. You know what I mean? Or the dollar takes a shit. Their ability to earn wages that are going to feed them, that takes a shit. There's a lot of things that could happen, right, guys? Obviously, that's like pretty much a different conversation. But a survivalist is someone who has a certain amount of kit, right? Because they know they're going to have to relocate, right? Um, Survivalists might have some food and water stored up, but they don't have enough to stay where they are for any length of time. Like maybe they've got 2-3 months. Okay, but eventually they're going to be hitting the road. And a smart survivalist, obviously, is going to want to hit the road at a time of year that makes sense, as opposed to, you know, shitting the bed and having to hit the road in the middle of the winter, for example. Okay, but that's a survivalist. A survivalist is getting ready to relocate, getting ready to live in the bush. Okay, to provide themselves, with everything that they need to survive, old school style. All right. Now, preppers are a little bit of a different crowd. Okay, preppers are generally going to be from an older generation. They're more likely to have a family, a wife and kids, or maybe even the kids are gone at this point in time, right? And preppers are basically getting ready to weather the storm where they are, or they have a location, okay, that has their supplies, their food, their water, their resources there, and they are going to bug out to that spot and weather the storm there. Okay, but when we're talking about preppers, we're talking about people that are stockpiling so that they can make it. Now, preppers are investing more resources now for an easier time during shit hit the fan, whereas survivalists are investing less resources now, and they will have a harder time when the shit hits the fan. All right, so which one are you guys? I don't want to pressure you to make comments about it down below, because that may be something you're just going to want to keep to yourself. All right, but you need to know which one you are. Okay, and because it's going to be important for you to make sure you watch the follow up video about one or the other. Okay. Now, here I am going to conclude this short video with saying which one you want to be right now. And you want to be a prepper right now. That's where you want to be. Matter of fact, you always want to be a prepper. But at this point in time, especially so. You cannot go wrong stockpiling food, water, and resources. Like, all this shit's just going to be more expensive in 6 months, guys. We're facing inflation that very well could last for 30 years in America, with what's going on with the dollar and the debt and the printing of money. Okay, now if you don't believe me, go back and look at what Japan did in the late 70s and how it affected their country. It took them like 17 years or something like that to get the inflation mostly under control. And they didn't print shit compared to what we're printing. All right, so I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Well, go look at it for yourself. Okay. At any rate, food you're going to buy now, it's just going to be more expensive later. You know, it's like, why not buy it? Buy it now. Gas you're going to buy now is just going to be more expensive later. And of course, you know, there's always fluctuations, especially with the price of oil and what's going on. But I'll tell you, with what's going on in the Middle East, man, I bet the price is going to skyrocket. Okay? Right now, it's shockingly low. Okay? But to sum it up, guys, you cannot go wrong being a prepper right now. Now, can all of us be a prepper? No, we can't. You know, but do the events that have occurred in this country, most of my viewers are Americans, some are Canadians, but if you're Canadian, think about it in your country too. The events that have occurred over the last 3 years, are you worried about those events at all? Is that why you're watching videos like this? If you are, if those things have kind of freaked you out and worried you a bit, you know, you might want to sit down and have a conversation with yourself or your wife. And if you're married, definitely sit down with your wife and have a conversation about what you're doing. Maybe it's time to switch things up, guys. Maybe it's time to move out to the country. There's a trend. I know it's not a great time to buy property, you know, because of the interest rates and shit like that. All right. But at the same time, there's a lot of homes in the country that can be had in exchange for labor. Monthly rent can be had in exchange for labor. Is it time to do that? Is it time to wind back, you know, full-time work to part-time work? You know, how serious do you think this is going to get? If you think it's going to get serious, now's the time to put your money where your mouth is, guys, because the clock is ticking. Okay, it's ticking. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope the short video was worth it, and I hope you come back and check out my video for Survivalist and my video for Preppers. I'm going to drop some mad shit in there that's going to be awesome. It's really going to talk about where your time is going to be best spent right now and things that a lot of people in either group are not focusing on, not thinking on. Okay? And so do those 3 things with the YouTube, you know, like, share, subscribe, do all that. Check out my Patreon if you like what I'm doing and you want to help support the channel. There's so much more I could do. Guys, I don't want to like tell you some of the sick ass ideas I have because somebody will steal this shit. Okay? But I got some ideas that are going to challenge the current kings of YouTube. Okay? So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to go have some dinner and spend some time with my wife. See you all in the next one.